an overpass. It's going to be a fun one. And we'll see what ends up happening. It's Rooster's pick, so we're going to see them start on the T side again. And SemperFi, surely they've had a little bit of time to tighten up this defense since the other day.
Yeah, got Shady. It's having a little bit of a look over towards Party here. The rest of Rooster straight through long. Going to potentially wrap into bathrooms and clear it out. And Chelios creeped up on the line. Does actually inflict a dink there onto, or a little goosh onto Shady, and ASAP's caught Keen elsewhere. So a man advantage for Rooster and an open A site.
Oh, lovely shot there. But Shady won't be able to lock it in. ASAP up on truck, waiting for a push from Dumpster. Addict has that HE, which could have done a bit of damage, but doesn't quite hit the mark he was hoping for. And Sap just looking to be the point man. Default truck set up in the post lane, 2 towards short as well, just to play clutch here. And it's going to be incredibly difficult to get back in. So difficult, in fact, that Addict left in the 1v4 is just going to be swung at. And Rooster happy as Larry to be picking up that T-side pistol.
Yeah, everything went the way that they would have wanted it to, really. Chelios always has such a good intuitive sense of timing and how to take these duels. Knew that the initial spot over there on Party was something that he could take advantage of, and crept up on the little off angle, catching Shady off guard, and ASAP able to catch one elsewhere on the map. Was that in Con? I honestly didn't even see where he got that pick, but regardless, I mean, gave them the man advantage. He had the A player gooshed, and a pretty easy exec on that A site. Get some mollies into Con. Double mollies do push these pistoling players away for a minute, but you're still going to get a bit of a biff nonetheless.
Oh, that HE, big value, but the mop-up looks like it's going to be coming in a different form, and that's if it even does, Terry. Oh, only able to get away with 2 of those. So Galil in hand and a chance, even though combined there's like 50 health on these 3 players. But I'm going to be going for a safer approach towards that A site all the way through long. And the CTs, okay. They're Gornski's. Chell locked in with a Mac 10. That's $1800 in the bank.
Yeah, he was licking his lips. You could tell he really wanted to catch them on the timing. Terry had lit him up, and Chell knocks him down. And with that extra cash, he's going to buy himself an AWP. Straight into the into round number 3 here. Keen also picking himself up an AWP, which will have to be glass cannon, as it's pretty early on in the game here. So a little bit of aim punch could be a factor, a little bit of util damage for sure. Keen picking up that AWP now that Alistair is no longer present in the roster. Some pretty big shoes to fill, at least domestically. It seemed like a little bit of con control here for Rooster, also waiting out the initial smoke towards Monster. Not really in a rush to be doing too much of anything. A little bit of pressure over towards the A side of the map here as Shady looks to walk into playground.
Oh, a little awkward. Slimy, using the cover of the tree, will survive. Pick up that first pick of the round. Flash onto Keen, and then just the full-on fall away. So Keen with the advanced position will tell those B members to still be ready for a pop to be coming in a moment.
Yeah, still some pretty good util on these B site holders here, Mac.
Oh, beautiful flash. Setting them up for another couple of picks, but Hazza only able to get a bit of chip damage. Chell ready for the reswing. And Addict going to be tucked away on Toxic. 4 players to get past to try and buy time for Keen to maybe rotate in. There's that first headshot angle. Won't work out for any more. And Keen probably just looking to pack those bags and keep the AWP alive in the next.
Yeah, even hitting into the strong side there, like you can tell Rooster is really well drilled on this map. Some great spacing, some good protocols just to be playing anti. Shell still posted up on the deep line, just waiting for someone to re-aggress with a flash and offering some supportive util to the rest of Rooster. And unfortunately, this glass cannon AWP just never really got involved in the round, but at least we'll be able to be saved into this next round and potentially could put something dangerous together on the CT side. You always see pistols and AWPs causing a little bit of an upset, or pistols and an AWP post up on an info line somewhere and maybe get a bit of a stack elsewhere. We'll see what SemperFi want to be put together, but regardless, it really feels like Rooster in complete control right now on this T side, and you said their T side was looking pretty hot the other day as well.
Yeah, I'm keen to see exactly what ends up happening going forward. You know, Keen has, we mentioned it the other day, he hasn't had some of the best performances since moving back to the AWP. That being said, the other day he actually performed relatively well in terms of the rating. It was just the problem that, you know, they couldn't get some very important rounds across the line, which completely changed the swing of the game. And from memory, I think Rooster started both maps like 6-0, 5-0, or 7-0 or something like that before SemperFi was getting their rounds on the board. So we'll see if that's going to be a similar occurrence today. Looking like this will be a difficult one, just with some 5-7s brought into the mix. Where's Keen got this stick? Looks like they're going to try to contact into short here and maybe slide it straight onto the same line Chell's already on.
He's just boosting, taking a look at a couple of the different lines in towards B short to see if he can get a pick there. Shady getting potentially active in con here at some point, but with no A control on the map, he has to be concerned about that. Refresh on the monster smoke and no contact in B short makes SemperFi a little bit nervous about this A hold, and they're going to rotate accordingly.
Shady should get some info in a moment. Head down on the headshot line. Timing. A bit of a pooch there for ASAP. AK going to be carried across towards that B site, but the pop-out monster coming quickly. TJ spotting one on short, but not quite ready for Hazard to be swinging around in the 5-7. So dangerous right now. Two big picks out of Hazard, one for Shady. And this B site defense looking to be reinforced. 40 seconds, and Chell, what's he going to do here? It's a long time to save. But a 1v5, yeah, I don't see it happening.
I think Shell was the guy that was like, James is insane, I love his calling, you know, and you saw Rooster really running down the clock. Now it's his time to embody old mate. That is a huge swing for SemperFi though, has to be said. Big pick in con, rifles picked up, or potentially looking to be hunted, and will be found as well. Double AWP could be picked up here for the CT side if that's what they want to go for. I'm not sure they really have the personnel to necessarily make that work, and indeed will just be the double rifle, and Addict doesn't find his hands on a rifle, but still a massive upset, puts a huge dent in the economy of Rooster, and a couple of guns picked up is a big boon for SemperFi to pick up their first round. Yeah,
nice and early too, and the fact that it's going to be this huge financial swing is just a bit of extra sugar in the pie. Let's have a look at if they can back it up. And Rooster, they got pretty much everything they need. Just TJP down to the Tech 9, but we know that he's a incredible gamer with that thing. Beautiful positioning with ASAP pushing through con, and the Tech 9 could just open up here on short. Looking the wrong way. Baited by the sound of the booster. And with that pick, SemperFi, look at that rotate, sending plenty up towards the A site.
Yeah, they've still got a ton of util to hold down the sights here. Should we even end up in a late round situation? ASAP's just waiting for someone to make a mistake. There's the long control taken off the back of two flashes as Slimy puts his boots on the ground over there. Chell just cutting down these angles over towards Bart's, but this is only really minimum map control for Rooster thus far. They're still very split, but that is the pick that Chell was looking for. That could pull another rotate off of this B side of the map, but they made an info play instead. Big push through Monster. Has a lot of control, as does Savage over there.
Ooh, look at this move from Shady. I thought he was going to keep pushing, but he's just tucked away at sign, letting Addict take contact. And the bomb will be coming towards the A site, 30 seconds. It's a bit of a longer rotate for the B site members who are playing a bit of a monster setup. Smoke towards Dumpster, and Slimy making footsteps up long. Addict wanting to be the contact man, but Shady has to play for map control, and play he will. Flash forward, unfortunately timed, as that's going to be the A site fully taken. 2v3, and a chance to really change this one right back. Hazard going straight through the smoke, won't be able to connect onto Terry, who's locking it in, and here's Savage. Those bullets just rattling. And Savage hoping to try and bait a peek out. But Terry, full tucked, and ASAP looking to be the point man. Drop in. Oh, they don't know. They don't know. He's out on site, back a little bit. Shown at Savage. Clutches up a storm. The 1v2 successful, and plenty of time to get the defuse off.
That should just break Rooster's economy. Even with the plant there, you can see only 2.8k for them. It's a nice attempt at bringing the round back. Didn't start well. They lost that aggressive lurk over on B short. Chell's able to even the numbers and kind of pull some rotates. And SemperFi, they made a really nice move in the mid-round clearing out B Monster, but I'm kind of surprised there was still 2 apiece on the sides. Like, I feel like if you clear out all a Monster there, surely you just stack 3 towards A, and then it's just a bit of an easier hold. Like, I feel like a clutch shouldn't have even been necessary, but they're going to win the round regardless. Rooster now back onto the pistols, so this game should get a fair bit more even.
Shady in a bit of a power position. Just waiting that smoke out over towards the stairs there at T-Con. And Rooster happy
just to make sure he doesn't...
passive.
Yeah, needs to make sure he doesn't lose the rifle over here, because he's kind of on an island. Is a strong position. Might have been spotted out there. The jump spot on top of the slide, and he's actually going to push forward and be punished heavily for an excellent flash from Chell to set up Terry for success, who now will get his hands on a rifle. This is where this round starts to get a bit more dangerous for SemperFi. Not really a lot in it for Rooster. Just a smoke and a handful of pistols, and potentially that M4 if they can even pick it up from party side. They're very tentative doing so. They need to put something together in the next 50 seconds. Have got short B control. Have finally found that M4. Terry's playing phenomenal, by the way. 8 and 3, doing very well for himself. And it does seem like we're going to get a group back towards this A side of the map where only Keen awaits.
Terry looking to try to create some extra space with the M4 there. Good timing on the insend, might be able to split the wickets. Keen, though, won't find a single one of them. That shot going through many sets of legs. And now it's just retake territory. SemperFi even losing another addict. Won't be able to find anything here as Sap goes forward. There goes the AVP. And Hazard and Savage need to do it again, but they will not be given any real estate. What a round out of Rooster. So slow, so methodical, and just ready for everything thrown at him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like punishing a pretty deep position out to Yiko there on party side. Like, if you're going to play over on party, you need a little bit of support, or you need to kind of play a bit safer than sticking around until that point in the round. So early rifle there, you lose the info line, and then from there, you just don't really have any info of what Rooster are going to do. Orp fails to get a pick on the A side of the map, and the round's over from there. Very hard to retake up and in there, even though SemperFi did have a pretty quick flood timing. Aggression once again over onto party side. Flash up over the top. Doesn't quite hit Keen, and it's a very, very nice opener from him. Terry going down. ASAP coming up. Con will trade one down. So still in a 4-on-4 here. More flashes. Pushing Keen off the line. He will fall back more passively and be joined up with Addict. So once again, it's a pretty honest hold here on the A and B side for SemperFi. 2 apiece, but a little bit more aggression into bathrooms this time.
B-site util getting dumped here. TJ just trying to draw attention back down. Maybe from SemperFi, but they're happy just to play the 2-2 split. In the meanwhile, Chell snagging one off onto Keen. And Keen has started to lay this trap here. Addict tucked at Sandwich, but with 2 players here and a Famis in hand, it's going to be hard to double down. And that's if he's not cleared. Slimy, the only corner that he hasn't checked. Oh, get punished. And Addict, very lucky that Chell didn't just instantly go for the wallbang there.
Now you're going to get this 3-on-2 into B. 2 players to hold, just Hazard and Savage under a little bit of util pressure here, Mac.
And they hold on. Ooh, spray through from TJP, and both back against the wall here on the canal side. Hazard full eyes on Monster Pop. There's that free upgrade for him if he wants it. Chell dealing with the maze push, and now we're down to the 1v1. Hazard able to play for himself once more. Oh, nerves of steel for Chell to stick that one, but missed opportunity with the shot. And Hazard, full punish, upgrade to the AVP, and 3 now on the board for SemperFi as they hit back.
It's going to bankrupt them, though. Got to scrape together whatever they can in the next round. Rooster, a little bit of extra cash in the back pocket. Chell's really been getting the better of Keen in the AWP duels in the mid-round. Like, time and time again, he's just walking up bathrooms and winning that AWP duel and keeping these rounds interesting. So, round number 8 here. Both teams pretty much out of cash with only 1 player surviving in the server here. Going to be a very important swing round to see who's going to start taking a little bit of a round lead. right at the end of the half here. Does seem like Rooster, a little bit more pressure towards the A side of the map. 4 players committed over here, blowing open the smoke. They don't catch Shady.
Ah, he's learned his lesson.
On that opening pick.
We'll get that pick and just fall back. Doesn't want to hang around too long. I thought he might have been barely seen on the smoke break, but didn't seem to be the case. And SemperFi,
So sick from Attic.
you can see that they've gone passive at long, doubling back up to go for a bit of regression. And in the meanwhile, Addict up the ladder, catching Chell. Rooster going to be punching their monitors at that one. Oof.
Yeah, this could be SemperFi really taking control of this game. Attic gets flashed out of con as well, so he's safely able to fall away. King now on the line over towards A. Going to pick Terry once again and just continue to further extend this advantage. Rooster, all this util, but none of it really finding any impact as they're just getting picked off all across the map, one at a time.
TJ 1v5 angle, 40 seconds. And he hasn't really had a chance to get too activated this game. Only 2 and 4 so far. A bit slow compared to what we have been seeing from him as of late. But it must be said, it's good to see SemperFi starting to win a couple of the swing rounds. You know, those 1v1s going their way this time. And you can see the result of that. A much closer game so far. Warp save will give Rooster some form of opportunity moving into the next. But yeah, TJ's going to be on zip in the bank. So we'll see what they end up opting for, just to try to fashion something out of the 9th round of the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Shady gets away with that, to be honest. Like, you got 4 players committed to this A side of the map, looking to find either that party player or the aggression on Fountain. They blow open the smoke and he still gets away with one, and then Attic just pushes through the middle of the map. Numbers advantage, and then we're just dry peeking one at a time into the op on the A site. Just trying to make something happen. I mean, this is the double-edged sword that is Rooster. Like, when they find those timings and they crack open the round, they look like geniuses. Always incredibly sharp, but sometimes when it doesn't work out, you're just kind of walking into basic lines and getting picked apart. Rooster now prepping themselves for a little bit of a different timing. Looking for a B pop with the techies. Chell going to set it up and try to get into the post plant with the op.
Looking like it's just going to be the full pop. SemperFi has it with that first point of contact. Flash a little deep, but he gets the info anyway. Oh, second layer into the flash behind the pillar is huge for the space creation. But the shots, the Tech-9s, maybe not doing as much work as they hoped for. Defense feeling it. And Keen, oh, can you see that shadow? Nice reaction. 2v1, Chell. The money man, the open hand. Already with the setup with those earlier flashes, and there's a gap to maybe play through. Although it has spread. He's just going to hold his nerve and maybe hope to catch a little time in here. Staying silent. It's just a tap on the initial. Shows his hand and now is, hunted for it. Smoke about to fade for the first phase, but there was that second one denying vision onto Addict. And the AWP will be saved across again. Yes, it will be.
Yeah, unfortunate. Not really much you can do there. Playing from short, as soon as he's revealed, they're just able to get the ninja off. Maybe could have pushed out Monster. It was interesting. He wrapped in through short. I think he's trying to catch the rotation down con, assuming that they don't have any control of that side of the map, and try to further extend that advantage because it was a pretty monster-heavy play, but puts him in a worse position to try to close out the post, unfortunately. A little bit of A control here for Keen. Really started to come alive on this side of the map multiple times. Nate into the smoke, finds Terry again. That's the 3rd time Keen's picked Terry in the opening portions of these rounds. And Savage going to further extend that advantage. SemperFi really starting to wrestle control of this game of Overpass on the CT side.
Yeah, that was nasty. Now the 2-man disadvantage is looking ever so harder for Rooster to try to get back in. Chell happy to go a little loud here, try and draw attention his direction. We're going to see SemperFi once more playing this double monster setup. As I'm Shady's position. Who gets the info? Gets the dink around the corner.
So much util though. Like 50 seconds to go, you've still got a handful of pretty impactful util on both sides of the map. Not really much to be done here for Rooster. You could see Chell was trying to open things up in the mid round.
Okay. I thought TJ was on for the double there, but the trade game almost goes Rooster's way. Addict able to find another onto Slimy in the meanwhile. Control that con rotation. And with 20 seconds, Chell's going to think about getting this pick at A and maybe just committing. Addict, passive, nice little off angle here. And Chell, it's the save that he's now looking for, which will not be allowed. 6-4, SemperFi. Already in a much better position than what we saw from them on Overpass the other day. The big question will now be is how they finish the first half and how they start that second half, because Rooster, you can never count them out.
Yeah, Money's fantastic on the CT side now. They're in full control of these last couple of rounds. Money broken again for Rooster. I mean, trying to put together whatever they can, mostly around Chell's AWP, which hasn't, unfortunately, been that impactful as it was early on in the game. Just pistols here for SemperFi to try to put away. Shady having a little bit of a look into Con. He's definitely going to get some action here. Once again, out on an island.
Does he get hard cleared? Might catch a timing. ASAP. They're in left side rather than right, but Terry is there to fight and trade. With that smoke fading, yeah, they're after some short control. SemperFi in the meanwhile already winning the trade game. So again, it's a man disadvantage and a weaponry disadvantage. Everything in favor of SemperFi, and Hazard always ready to fight.
I mean, that pick could have changed things a little bit. Probably would have been traded pretty quickly. The spacing between Addict and Hazard was pretty tight. Terry's found the rifle in the meanwhile, and they're going to once again make their way back down towards Con, knowing that Hazard is quite low on this side of the map, probably feeling like this is the weaker of the two sites.
Ooh, going for the boost.
Get a boost going.
And, oh, Hazard. I don't think he spotted it. Oh, Terry might catch the timing. There's that first, but didn't spot the second man. So Addict in a very solid position here. Pillar can isolate angles incredibly well. Although spotted on the jiggle. Didn't matter if he's going to tap like that. See you later, Terry. And goodbye, Slimy. 7-4 with the potential for 8 here in the first half for SemperFi.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looking like a very different game from the upper bracket. Nice creative boost coming out from Rooster to try to turn around the numbers disadvantage. I mean, that's how good Addict is. That's why he's our player to watch. Just so sharp when he's feeling himself. Very mechanically skilled rifler. Rifle-centric gameplay for the first time in a while here from Rooster. No AWP in play. See how they're able to navigate that. Just got to wait out this initial util. Chell's just going to tank 50 damage running straight through it, which means this could be an easier cleanup for Shady, but I don't think Shady is ready for this timing here.
Yeah, not quite ready. Chell capitalizes. Takes a bit of damage in the process, but still the numbers strong. And oh, 2 men facing there at Monster. TJ lucky to be alive after an initial dink.
It's good info though. Aggression into bathroom from Addict. Wants to try to turn around the numbers disadvantage. He's got a good angle to do so. ASAP will not check him. Terry needs to trade. Just crab walks him down. Nicely done.
Just holds that spray. And has a con pressure. Will catch a perfect timing. Chell won't have a gun in hand to fight for himself as Slimy at least spaced well to trade, but may not be expecting the second man, Savage. Still just trying to figure out which way he wants to go here in connector. Pushing all the way to the back.
Pause and wait for TJ to get involved. Like, there's no reason for Rooster to do anything. TJ's essentially a money man here, just to clear out the B site by himself. Do they even have time to make it to B, though, is my question. Like, they know the site's open. I guess they can go down con, but that's where Savage could cut the rotate.
Yeah, he's put himself in a perfect position to do so as well. In comes the sound cue. Slimy making his way down. Keen should be called in the meanwhile, and that's going to be the bomb drop to the ground. Terry, trade game, no good this time, and that might just be the round here and now. 10 seconds. TJ, he is all out of time. There is no getting back to site with that C4, and he has to fight for it. Will not be allowed. Keen tucked away. And that is the 8th. What a way to end the half. We got a second half to get to, though. So, ladies and gents, don't go too far. Second half coming up just after the break. SemperFi, a solid showing on the CT side, but can they back it up here on the terrorist side? That's what everyone wants to know. And Terry almost goes down swinging monster. So a bit of chip damage. And we'll see if SemperFi commit to the B site.
He's got a bit of a soft crossfire with ASAP. Over on Sandbag. In comes the execute. Should be a fast flood through con from the rest of SemperFi's players though here, Mac. As that's actually a T-smoke. Onto short and they're going to bust through it.
Okay, interesting approach. Terry going to be falling down in the meanwhile, as is ASAP. And that smoke will now provide cover on short. So they can push forward. Addict is ready for the flank and we'll find one more. But they have good info. Chell making noise on short and TJ coming through monster. This is going to get a little bit chaotic, but it's hard for Rooster to fight their way back in. TJ, eyes on the prize. And Shady, tucked away on the back of sight, wants to activate on the contact, but Keen just gets it done with the Glock in hand. 9-5 for him, 9-4 for SemperFi. And what a interesting pistol, but it's worked perfectly.
I have no idea if that's what they were going for, but it ended up being the perfect pistol. Like, you know, that clearly was a strat. I don't know if it was meant to deal with like a fast flood or what their idea was behind that, but it ended up working perfectly. They crushed the site, and then Rooster wants to fast flood through short and just kind of crunch the site from all sides. And they're unable to. They're just trapped behind a smoke, and you're already getting run down at Monster. It's kind of crazy movement from SemperFi. I got to give credit where credit's due. That was a really nice pistol from them. Just the eco now for Rooster, who... Once you're starting to get to this point in the game, like if you get a clean anti-eco for SemperFi, they're up 10-4 on the T side. Like, you know, things could get really rough for Rooster. You're basically 2 gun rounds away from losing the game.
Yeah, Rooster just running around like chooks, trying to figure out where they want to play from here, and probably just discussing how they want to play the rest of the half.
Pretty safe looking anti-eco here for SemperFi. 3-1-1, take long control. Do get spotted out there by TJ, which will prompt a little bit of a rotate, but there's still just not much to work with here for Rooster in this round. Just USPs.
Yeah, Shady. U1 was playing close. Clearing all the corners. Smoke it dumps up, and it's looking like easy pickings. Terry, oh, won't snag anything away. Thought he could have maybe polished off Shady, but couldn't get those bullets aligned. And that'll be double digits already. So SemperFi, this is the difference that I was hoping to see from them today. You know, those couple of clutch situations. One, another pistol in the back pocket when they're already in the lead. The confidence should be going out the wazoo, but we'll see what Rooster can do to lock in here on their first gun round.
No AWP out, so gonna have to rely a little bit more on the util. Some good timings. Chelios can't necessarily inflict as much pain in a round like this. It's a big B stack early on here for Rooster. Looking for a bit of a boost onto short, and they have dropped off ASAP inside of short now, so that's going to be a concern going forward for Rooster, that they're just going to have a really tough time making anything happen on this B side of the map. The only thing that SemperFi is really looking at is the fact that, or sorry, Rooster's really looking at is the fact that there is a progression smoke over on Monster side, but that's been cleared. Over on the other side of things, you do see SemperFi clearing out all of Con, starting to make some moves on this A side of the map, but with all of this control that Rooster's got now, they're going to be able to stack this A site pretty heavily and should be a good shout to try and defend it.
Oh, lovely timing. Hazard expecting ASAP. Just up on the corner, up on the fence. And everything's slowing down for just a mere second. Shady. Nice entry onto Chell. Pushing forward, TJ. Oh, at the ready, but gets only the dig. So there's space to get the plant down, and Terry a long way away. His position known as well. But he's hunting for it. He's hungry. Has to deal with Hazard, who's gone the longer approach back to Monster. Full survival mode.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
And that'll be that for the round. Round 16. Things changing up for just a mere second. And Rooster going for the 3-2 split instead. Not a bad start to the round.
Yep. I mean, this game is looking really rough for Rooster. Has to be said. Down to pistols, hoping for a little bit of a miracle, and Chelios is trying to make that happen himself. Punished for doing so. Complete turnaround from this upper bracket game. Really, really nice play from SemperFi on their opponent's map pick. Definitely looked like they came into this game prepared. Knew what went wrong last time. Made the necessary adjustments. Have some better form from all of the individuals. It's definitely an effort by committee in the server tonight. So you've got to be happy with what you're seeing. Want to try to put on a OCE finals just for you, Mac, you know?
Of course, of course.
As a gift.
The veto as well, already a gift. Love to watch a bit of nuke between these teams. We know Rooster have played it for years and years and years. And SemperFi have been relatively solid since they've been around in the scene, since we've been blessed by the Latvian duo. But SemperFi looking like they are getting through overpass much faster than expected, considering how close this affair was between the two the other day. And I dare say you're probably just going to see the Kevlar saved, maybe exits looked for, and that could help out somewhat.
Yeah, pick up a couple of rifles. Could do you some favors. Unfortunately, they've run into a huge crossfire between Hazard and Keen. And that'll clean things up quite nicely. Hopefully see the AWP out here for Rooster, but it's going to have to be a mammoth task for them. 8 in a row on the CT side. Does not happen too often. Might just have to, unfortunately, lick their wounds and look forward to nuke here at this point, unless we're going to be gifted an incredible comeback. But look, Rooster pretty solid at nuke, so even if they can play their way into this map and build up confidence a little bit more, this series will be far from over. See what they've got, at least for round 17. Shell not even opting to take that party angle at all. He's going to set himself up in towards Bart's early on. Quick pacing straight up con here from SemperFi, Mac.
Ooh, right towards the top. Slimy, good positioning, but will be heard close in bathrooms. Savage. Already lurking up and has space with this banana smoke that Slimy was not ready for. Lovely openings. And Chell, we'll see with the long push if he's going to be able to get in behind enemy lines. They are very aware of that with the molly. And the A site burnt to a crisp. So they should be able to set up a solid post plant, as there's a lot of noise being made by 3 members on the rotate from Rooster. Keen, ready for everything. And this is going to be a difficult retake here.
Yeah, bathroom's cleaned out. Rooster now setting themselves up for the post plant quite nicely. ASAP going to peg a couple of flashes to try to help the boys get in here potentially. TJ just looking for that first contact.
Ooh, shady. Ready. Pivots off the contact, and that was clean. Have brought themselves in ready to play. You know, some of the individuals that were kind of missing the other day have showed up on map 1. And it looks like it is time to see if they can show up on map 2 here. Nuke going to be the battlefield, and I can't wait to see where we go, even just in the pistol.
Yeah, last couple of months, 2 teams have played each other on Nuke a couple of times. Seems like SemperFi has kind of been stomping Rooster for the most part, but Rooster did win one of those in ECL. So has been going back and forth a little bit. SemperFi should be feeling pretty confident though. Big swing on outside there. It's a 1-for-1 overall as Shady finds that pick. But ASAP and Slimy inside of lobby are making some pretty big plays. And now we're in a 3-on-4 with SemperFi just trying to storm their way straight down lowers.
Doing a pretty good job of that. Already 2 towards single, 1 towards double, and TJ tucked away at dark. Ooh, Hazard. Eyes on the right position, and will cover the plant perfectly. But it's from above they have to worry about. Savage and Hazard teaming up. And it's going to be full site control. In the meanwhile, Shady going to be able to double down, just wrap it around and holding on to single. And Slimy left in this 1v3 awkward situation. Tapping, headshot angle given. As is the pick. And now it's just the time that needs to be taken down. Hazard, happy to wait. Happy to be that second point of contact. Shady, jiggling, looking for info, but Slimy making a world of noise, and there's nothing left to get that defuse off.
Pick it up. There you go, Shady and Hazard combining for 5 there to get SemperFi that pistol, and that's going to be a pretty big amount of pressure here on Rooster now. Already down 0-1 in the series. Did get a nice little multi-frag there from Slimy that did give him 3.2k. We'll see how he opts to spend it. Does get himself an MP9 armor, a little bit of util. Pretty MP9 heavy buy here. Chell going to get himself the scout and save a little bit of extra cash for the ult. But overall, Rooster will look to cause a bit of an upset here on the CT side early on.
nuke the perfect map to try and go for one of these forces in the second round as well on the CT side after losing pistol. I like this from ASAP. Just trying to fake that they don't have guns, using that secondary to try and connect through the smoke. And it might change how SemperFi play out the rest of the round.
A little bit of pressure down lower. Just try to pull some rotations here from the CT side, if anything. It's not a full commitment. You can still see Addict over there on T-Red with the bomb in hand. SemperFi still holding around the map. Savage just a little bit of an info position over on lobby side there. But as SemperFi get more and more control of lowers and see no CTs at all, clearing out dark as well, they should be feeling more confident that they can start to make their way over. And indeed, you see the bomb trending down secret now. Chelios looking for a pick on the cross. Nice shot connected onto Keen, but Savage will respond over there in lobby.
Just playing passive up on the T-roof. Won't spot Sap, who's made his way all the way up the ladder. And now we got that man advantage, but Shadow seen towards Decon again. Chell just tapping away with the scout. Bit of extra damage, and has a found. Now we got that two-man advantage. Rooster looking to make it happen on the retake. Shady spotted in control, and lovely shot out of Chell there. Man's been whipping up a couple of beautiful recipes with that scout as of late, and Addict feels his hand. There's that first tap, but it's the full stick, and the cover's good too. Rooster with the force spike, going to be able to turn this one on its head.
Great reply. TJ potentially should be able to upgrade that MP9 into a Galil if he can find one. Beautiful shots connected by Chell. Big difference maker. Great movement on the scout outside of Megaton there. So what do you get in response from the side of SemperFi now on this T side? That's the question. See if they're going to force.
Yeah, looks like they will be. Plenty of that utility. We'll see what they can get going. Looking like we are going to see some form of outside smokes. Just the old diags. Bit of pressure shown by Shady. And then lobby control for the rest.
Yeah, looking for potentially a ramp timing here. Like you said, info denial on outside. Shady is kind of hanging around, seeing if anybody's going for a little bit of an info push, but can very clearly see SemperFi looking to try to pick this ramp player. So we'll see if Terry can step up to the task of holding things down over here, or if he'll just play a little bit safely.
Okay, Galil's got plenty of bullets to try to hold here, but he is going to be chased right on down. Savage nipping at his heels. Oh, and Terry can't find a single one. That's the B site. Open up. And Savage is looking for even more after picking up that Galil. Hyper aggressive. Shady pushing forward here at single. Gets another rifle himself. And it's awkward now for Chell here, who is helped in a crossfire, but him and Sap can't hold. And now it's Slimy in a 1v2. This time with the superior weapon. But, oh, man's going loud. HE, bit of chip damage. Tapping away and wants the T's to try and peek this together. He needs the info. And Addict knows that he's not on the bomb, but his head's been spotted. Tap again. And they are just being absolute nuisances here. Addict. Oh, cheeky dig. And that'll be the second on the board for SemperFi.
Gonna break the CT economy. Good stuff from Terry. Is flashing himself out onto the line. Things definitely getting a little bit hairier over there towards Windows. That was the key fight. Really good coordination from SemperFi, just peeking together over in that part of the map and trading down into a situation where they can close things out with that nice little crossfire over on Windows side. Catching the CT in transition from Megaton. Nice open plan as well. So now you're going to get the eco from Rooster. Clean anti-eco for SemperFi will set themselves up for success to kind of try to dominate things on this T side and close out the game. Aggression into secret side. Shell under a little bit of pressure, I thought, but actually he's over on warehouse side. I mean, that is still a thing, right? Like, how many years has it been that radar looks weird in that part of the map?
Yeah. Just gets a little wacky, a little wonky sometimes. And speaking of, there won't be too much wonkiness happening down towards the B site here. TJ making his way to site and looking to try and establish a bit of a crossfire with Terry at double. But it's a nice read from SemperFi going back towards the A site. The reroute successful in that smoke, punishing Slimy's position. He was spotted there just with the USP. And SemperFi are making sure they keep as many of these rifles alive as possible. With Addict looking to be the hunter. Slimy, I don't think he's got too much life left. Yeah, that'll be that. Well played. 5 alive. SemperFi, perfection.
Yeah, nicely done. Good economy behind them on the T side now. Going to give themselves a solid foundation to try to put pressure on Rooster, close out this series. And for Rooster, a little bit more aggressive purchasing from them means that you are seeing a couple of MP9s on in here. Or is this some kind of weird mix buy that I haven't seen yet? We've got M4s and then 3 of the blokes are on MP9s. Please explain, Mac. Please help me.
Don't question it. Great weapon at close range. You know, that's all I got for you. Terry, see, he's keeping it close at outside. As long as the smokes are up, he's fine. And
it looked like there was some kind of... Oh, nice pick over onto Unbreakable there. Terry is behind them. He's gotten one over on Secret side. This round getting very messy, and SemperFi have found themselves in towards this upper site though, with the plant going down.
Yeah, it's looking rough. Terry managed to get himself the AK, but TJ in the meanwhile has snuck up vent, so will potentially find a line onto the Rafters member once this smoke fades. Headshot taken. 1 in hut, and the MAC-10 going to be able to activate again. TJ hunting for a little bit more, but beautiful retake. Terry,
Jesus.
Headshot onto Keen, and Rooster were never worried with that lobby control.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I saw, right? You had Terry. They went for like this MP9 light armor buy, didn't invest in util to keep a little bit of extra cash. Terry goes aggressive out on outside, and the other MP9s did some kind of lobby crunch, right? So I guess that was the idea behind that, to try to get control back of their economy. And it ends up working out very, very well. Get a couple of kills with the MP9s. You upgrade a rifle or 2. And complete a very nice retake with full control of multiple important parts of the map. You kind of sandwich SemperFi in towards uppers there. So nicely navigated by Rooster. Buy will still be there though for SemperFi. We talked about how strong the start that they've had has been. Good opener from Keen onto Slimy. Having a much better time picking some of these riflers on the side of Rooster early on in some of these rounds, similar to what you saw on Overpass.
Oh, crispy out of Chelt. That's going to be a nice little opening, but Slimy in the meanwhile has also fallen to that early pressure towards the A site. Terry tucked, and it's the helping hand of ASAP looking to play point man at elbow. Flashes dodge. Terry doing a great job, but only one there. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Will survive. Just scrambling his way back to safety. It's opted for the off angle at Dark, but it's a lovely shot out of Hazard. Heads up to open up the B site. And Shell going loud to try and draw attention away from wherever TJ's coming from. Looks like they're going to end up just doubling it up towards Vents.
Ooh.
And might just be the save call.
That's a nice little flash play as well that was getting set up by SemperFi on lowers. Great movement from Hazard. There's so many angles that you can kind of get caught off guard, but just really takes his time moving his way through Megaton there, not just running in lackadaisically. It's another successful round for SemperFi on that lowest part of the map. All picks go either which way, but despite the fact that they run into a pretty nice rotation timing from ASAP on elbow there, and you had Terry holding over towards ramp side, like that's a pretty decent couple of positions for the CT side that unfortunately turned into not a whole lot of success. ASAP just getting booked over there on the elbow peak. And as a result, Rooster scraping together their last couple of dollars to put a buy together. Pretty nice looking buy, a better buy than I thought they were going to be able to get together, but they're now out of cash, and SemperFi, after a pretty nice conversion on that lower site, do have a little bit of extra cash to work with. See Shell once again taking the AWP towards outside. Much more heavy focus towards outside this time from SemperFi Mac.
Yeah. But ASAP may not get cleared here. And we'll be in a very powerful position without anyone clearing it from Silo. An Addict. Oh, walk straight into that one. Sap going to be able to connect in the meanwhile. And the outside pressure is destroyed until Keen able to at least snap one back and give some form of hope for all the SemperFi fans out there that something could still work for them. Ramp control has been fully given up by Terry, who's opted to go through halls instead. And that opens up the A site to a full flank here with Savage tucked away in the corner. And I don't know if Chell's scope has been heard. But Savage aware that there is danger ever present. Oh, and that pinned nade was almost enough, but Chell ready for everything it seems. And Keen as well. Going to be chipped away at as he tries to make a play out of door side. Oh, 3 CTs here, all looking to fight together. And it's TJ to take away the last kill. Still a chance for Rooster to heftily lead into the half if they can lock it down. Just string a few more rounds together here.
Yeah, just a dynamic duo of the last couple of years there for Rooster. Now that Nedic's not in the mix. Chell and ASAP. Very big, heavy hitters. Just dismantle that outside play. Really nice round to mix it in as well. Just sneaking that one rifler under Silo. This ad is crazy. I've not seen that yet. SemperFi do take attack time out for themselves. And we'll see what they come up with. A little bit of a mixed bag buy here. Do have a couple of techies in the mix. Rooster well aware that the economy is under a little bit of pressure, so they might be a little bit less greedy with some of the initial util. Try to stop some of these early plays, some of these early rushes. We'll see what SemperFi opt to do, though. I had a pretty good start to this T side, but now it really feels like they're kind of scrambling as Rooster make their way back into things. Let's cross smoke on outside. Still a couple more smokes being prepped by Keen to potentially cross towards secret side here. Chell going to be pushed off this line. But in the meanwhile, you do see ASAP making moves down into secret for now. So there will be a contest on outside regardless.
Flash. Setting up that peek from ASAP, but he opts to not go for it. And we'll just play safe in the halls instead. I like this from SemperFi. Looking to go for the yard wrap, and Chell going to be pushed all the way deep into CT. Keen. Tagged through Unbreakable. The smoke used just to try and create some kind of space for the CTs to play around here at Hell. It's Terry flashed in, who will walk into many men, and Chell, awkwardly has a few T's to get past, but it's well played from SemperFi to take full outside control.
Yeah, they just create such a chaotic situation for Rooster to deal with. And now Rooster scrambling, ASAP making moves towards Megaton, just all sound cut on the map by SemperFi. Rotation down vent. They're reading this as an ending towards that lower side, and indeed Rooster will be correct about that. Slimy just going to tuck himself towards reverse vent, but even he's going to gamble down into lowers with 18 seconds on the clock here, Mac. This is still winnable for Rooster.
Yeah. Double control, about to peek over towards control side. ASAP in a position to definitely deny the plant. There's 4 seconds to plant. There needs to be some good coverage, and now they're going to double swing on the door side. There is no hope in the round, although the bomb gets planted just in time. 2v0. Lovely read from Rooster to keep them not only in the round, but in the game. Big W, huge defuse. And that's going to slightly crack that SemperFi economy as well. Moving into this round, they're just above 2K, no one over 3. So they can buy a couple of pistols. But yeah, it's just a bit of an odd situation. But you'll take that every day as a Rooster fan.
Yeah, for sure. SemperFi looking battered and broken there. It's taken way too long to make that one happen, despite the fact that the warehouse play goes so well. Just took a little bit too long. Rooster now looking to try to get comfortable on the CT side. Have a couple of guns surviving in the last. SemperFi looking to do some damage with a bit of a contact on towards ramp room here potentially. Chell on a bit of an off angle with the AWP. Could be overrun. If the rotation's not in good stead here from ASAP, there could be problems here, but we'll see.
Boom. Chell hitting the bullseye. And it's a good way to kick off the festivities here in the 9th. ASAP, dangerous. Will rebound that HE and pick up another. 2 points for Gryffindor.
All right. He's a Gryffindor, is he?
Yeah, well, look, I just had to, in the moment, you know, figure out. He had like the heart of the lion or whatever.
Yeah.
Griffins. I can't remember, man. It's been a hot minute since I've Harry Pottered.
Yeah, true. True. You don't have Leaz in a team, so that makes it even more confusing. Don't even have Harry Potter around. Unlucky for Alex. King's going to go down as well. And same for Shady. Great recovery from Rooster. I mean, they were really teetering on the precipice. They were in that 3-on-5 reset territory. Now they have a pretty clean anti-eco here. Up 5-4 in a good position now. SemperFi, on the other hand, scraping through the last couple of rounds means that their economy's taken a bit of a hit. Keen's even considering a scout purchase or a Galil if he wants to try to get enough util to even play out a full round on this T side here. They're definitely missing a couple of nades, so we'll see how they cope with that. It's going to be quick smokes. Front side of door, 3 committed to outside. So right off the bat, 4 smokes committed on the map there in a low util buy it, but it's going to start well. Good pick from Hazard onto Terry in towards Hut side there. And advantage for SemperFi.
Shady definitely heard. Dropping onto main. And ASAP just pivoting around, hoping he can maybe find some kind of info. Chell starting to go for the push. He's at left side, wants to get on the right side. Oh, and this timing, it's kind of crazy. And
It's good work.
there is eyes on this position. Addict, is he ready? Yes, he certainly is. Full punish. And that's going to be the AWP deleted from the round. But we have seen Rooster make some good calls from these positions. And unfortunately, that stack is going to be thin towards the A site. Slimy now solo. As with that ramp pressure, SemperFi are going to be hunting back this way. Is it B or are they wrapping Hill? If they wrap Hell, they're going to be walking straight into ASAP.
Let's relax. Let's not run down the clock to 20 seconds again. I mean, SemperFi are having no issues getting these advantages, but potentially taking a little bit too long could be a problem. They're running into the upper stack. 15 seconds to go. We're going to pivot back to B, but now it's become a 2-on-2.
Okay. You've got 3 seconds to get this one down. Smoke at least a little bit of cover. Slimy opening the door and hoping to bait out the extra info. But at least in the 2v2, there is a short shot that Rooster can make the retake happen. Sap looking to take this fight to him. But Keen with the AWP will slide that first pick on. Make it that much harder. ASAP able to answer. But the bomb planted for Addict to play off. And in comes the swing, in comes the shot. Addict's position now known. There is that kit on the back pocket and a smoke picked up, but Addict takes the fight forward before the smoke blooms. And we'll have a tied game yet again. SemperFi hitting back.
Yeah, nicely done. Not having any issues finding these openings. That round comes down very close though, which is going to take, again, a bit of a number on their economy and potentially limit how many nades they can have coming into this next round. At least Keen's going to get his hands on an AWP. And he's been good for some of these openers, particularly picking some of these riflers, maybe less so in their head-to-head AWP duel against Chell. But to be fair, it hasn't been that long since he picked it up. So we'll cut him some slack against someone who's been AWPing for literally years now, since I was an active player.
Yeah.
So like 10 years, maybe? I don't even know. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I think...
Jesus, he's been AWPing for 10 years. What the hell, man?
He's been around. He's been around, brother.
Nice opening pick onto Savage. SemperFi, for the first time in a while, the team without the numbers advantage. Shell on the rotation down. Event always in the right place at the right time. You do not want to be peeking into him. Further extends that advantage for Rooster. Things going bad to worse for SemperFi now.
Capitalizes on that shadow advantage. The reposition all the way over the single. Gets him yet another. Beautiful round out of Chell. His job's already done. Now he just has to hope that the rest of the troops can find these last two picks. And Terry has been perfectly timed. No, okay. Clears that left side. It's all A-okay. Ship is steadied. And the AWP will be retrieved. So Rooster get everything they want and more moving into the final round of the half.
Everywhere, that's what he does best. Big impact 3K to break SemperFi's money heading into the 12th round there. It's a good chance for Rooster to recover and go up 7-5 here.
Yeah.
What SemperFi is going to try to put together. I mean, this buy looks pretty woeful. Somebody's going to have to go pretty big, or they're going to have to find a really nice timing.
Okay, progression smoke, boost across the top. It looks like Keen is not going to be allowed to find anything at outside other than a bit of information. Slimy jiggling and expecting this hot pup. Hot pup? Hot pop.
Oh, I like it. I think commit to it. Hot pop.
Like hot dog, but just not as grown.
Yeah. I mean, I have a salmon, so I've seen a hot pup.
Okay.
Especially when it gets summer here. Doesn't deal with it well. Oh my god, Chell.
He's on.
He's flicking absolutely everyone. Yeah. He's scary when he's on. Don't pick this guy.
He has a lucky to.
I mean, what do you do, man?
Back across. I don't. You just run at him, try to trade, but he's been so good on his repositioning.
Don't peek him, man. Shady's in secret. I mean, that's something. Unfortunately, I don't know how you get the bomb to him and get into a post plant. Chell's just dropped it.
Yeah, he's on a tirade. And it will be retrievable. Using the sound cues to try and bait the T's to keep on moving forward back in this position to here. Oh, maybe caught off. How's he get away with that one? He won't. One more man here at ramp, though, should be able to close out the half. ASAP, never expected. That staggered approach on the CT setup is beautiful to watch. And the bomb is in between a rock and a hard place now here on the ramp. Shady activated on the flank eventually. And there goes Sap, and there's an opportunity to maybe make this one down. But there is no time to plant. Oh, it's over. It's all over. SemperFi taking that little bit too long, and the time will tick down to close out the half. 7-5, Rooster barely leading. And hopefully for the second half, it'll be just as fun. But to get there, it is break time. We'll see you after the halftime break.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring a roof feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
We are back with the second half of Nuke. SemperFi couldn't get it done, letting that timer tick down to close out the half, but we have not a lot of time to get ready for this one. Straight out door they go, into the crossfire, into the meat churner. The grinders coming straight through as Addict pushes solo to try and get a trade, but it's a little bit too late. Resmoke on main, and should there be space, as the plant goes down now, 3v3. Shady at the ready for the aggression through main smoke, and who knows which way this is going to go.
Yeah, Chell was trying to get cheeky there. Punished quite heavily by SemperFi, who now have a man advantage and a kit, taking their time coming in on this retake. Just Savage trying to jump spot, does spot out Slimy inside of Hut. Good peek from Keen, and now they're scaling into the site. Keen get a double up, and a nice easy defuse there for SemperFi. Much needed pistol, but with the plant down here, Rooster might try to keep this one interesting early on.
Solid couple of shots. Heads up from Shady to expect the main push. And let's see what happens moving into the 14th. Couple of rifles in hand. Has it down to the MP9 just to get the full util out for the boys. And over on the other side of things, even with the plant, we're not going to see Rooster go for the force here. Just hedging their bets, leaving enough to buy into the next, but giving themselves a chance with some upgraded pistols.
I think ASAP's copped a backstab there. I don't think a nade could have made it that deep. Maybe it could. Maybe Shady did. No, Shady still got a nade, so yeah. He's copped a cheeky backstab. That's not going to stop him from just sending it straight through to Unbreakable. Shady's aware of his position here. They know he's slotted into credit card there, so crisis averted. Some very sharp shooting at long range with the A1S there from Shady. And it's all onto Chell, who will take one with him, but does get cleaned up pretty cleanly by SemperFi. Nice anti-eco from them. Starting off the CT side the way that they would be wanting to. But Rooster, I mean, the choice not to purchase does indicate some form of confidence in their gun rounds here.
Ooh, and into the tactical. SemperFi wanting an extra moment just to talk things through as Rooster move into what could be the round that changes the game. Full utility for all the SemperFi individuals. And so far, so good at outside. Shady, you could see that the communication may have been a little hectic with ASAP so advanced over towards credit, but they got there in the end.
He just sent it. He copped a right click from one of his teammates, I think, and still just held W all the way to credit card. Yeah. Where maybe a little bit tilted as a result, just opts to run it down through outside and actually almost finds the timing to win the round. Could be something for Rooster to take advantage of going forward. But that was the SemperFi attack. So they want to keep their heads screwed on tight here. Rooster, quick smoke to the front side of door. Little bit of util pressure into upper. Some aggression on outside from multiple CTs here, though, on the side of SemperFi.
Look at Hazard. He is ready to brawl here at red. TJ could easily get caught out in the open. Man's got util in hand, and it's a little messy, but it does the job in the end. Shady still tucked at red, and Hazard will give his life for the cause. It's all about how Shady plays this to try and trade, and it's going to be free. ASAP had no idea he was tucked away in the little cutout. And Savage on the offline will be spotted, but won't be able to double down. Addict hit, and ramp reinforced with another beautiful pick. Chelios 1v3 angle What's he got for us?
Really good reads in the early part of these rounds from SemperFi. Still a winnable 1-on-3 from Chell. He's found a timing down into lower, given a lot of respect, given a lot of space by SemperFi. We're just hand in hand clearing out lobby, and Shady just trying to cut that info line across outside. Plant going down into lower, though. Door was hurt as well, so SemperFi scrambling into position, but the plant doesn't go down, and it's going to cost him an extra 5 seconds. Only a 1-for-1 will eventuate. SemperFi, you could tell, we're already clued on to the fact that the lowest plant was coming in, so they're going to clean up that round nicely. And felt like after that attack pause, they were always kind of in control of it. They had a nice little bait setup on outside. Great supporting flashes from Annex there, from Keen. Yeah. And 2 players already committed to deal with this ramp contact. So all the right players in all the right positions there from SemperFi in the opening gun round.
Well, with the plant and the maxed out round loss bonus, we are going to see Rooster getting back into this one with, you know, not as good of a buy as the last, but still enough that warrants hope. Ooh, Molly, a little late on the extinguish, but straight through they go. Lovely flash to enable it, and Slimy's found a 2K with a Mac 10, running at 2 blind A players. How does SemperFi go about this one? Keen was hoping he can, snag one away, but with that pick, surely you just pack your bags and save already. Addicts, though, he's all in. He's like, you know what? We got a bit of money. Surely we can make this happen. But, mate, just keep the AK alive into the next. Shady will not be allowed. And the change in pace, the full pop, is flawless.
It's just gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous reply from Rooster. Look at their cash now on this T side. Looking really, really good. Right at the swing point in this game. It's 8 apiece, but Rooster has really bought themselves a lifeline. Knife economy to keep fighting for this one. And look, SemperFi putting the bare minimum together here. Very sparse on the util. Only 3 M4s to be working with. A couple of MP9s. I've seen it work, but it's going to have to work pretty convincingly with some upgrades. Or I think Rooster's just going to batter them down over time. Quick smokes towards the front side of door as well as outside, and big pacing straight across there from ASAP. He's already made his way into secret and may catch Shady off guard here.
Ooh, spray. Not quite connecting onto the T's. Oh, so much damage on the 3rd attempt. But TJ and Chell keep on keeping on as they make their way to secret. SemperFi aware of this. You can see they've already sent numbers lower.
Yeah. Got a nice little crossfire now. Has crept his way down into vent. Rooster not committed to anything. Slimy just tucked away at the backside of lobby, and the rest of them all committed down into lower. Now starting to make some moves. Molly into Annex and onto the lower stairs there.
Ooh, that timing. I think Hazza saw it. I'm not 100%, but Shady, either way, ready for that cross across. And now SemperFi found themselves with the numbers advantage. Incredibly strong. TJ with the bomb. Looking to make their way up vent to A. But he needs the other boys to activate first, and that's going to be in the form of Slimy walking in through main. SemperFi not worried about the site itself. They know they can play retake. It's just a matter of if SemperFi give anything over to Rooster here. There is 10 seconds to commit to a site and plant, and they might end up just opting for the save. Yeah, backing away into secret. That's what they're doing.
There's just not really much they can do there, unfortunately. Very convincing round there from SemperFi, though. Really nicely worked. I said they needed a clean one. Hazard will pick up an M4 on the way out. In fact, 5 M4s saved. That's exactly what you needed for SemperFi. They went from barely scraping a buy there together in towards round number 17 to walking away with 5 rifles and a handful of extra cash on the CT side here. So that really turns the game around a little bit. Rooster not getting any money from saving those couple of rifles in the last. Going to try to give it another go here in round 18, but I felt like that was potentially the game there on a silver platter for them, or at least put themselves in a winning position, and SemperFi just replies so nicely.
Big shot onto Sap. And it's a great way for SemperFi to kick off the round. Out of his control. And towards ramp, Addict. Plenty of bullets in the magazine at the ready. Chell. Hard to trade when you can't see a thing and you're going for no scopes. Chasing Ghost. And they know his position as well as Savage finds another. So relentless aggression out of SemperFi this time. And it has caught Rooster off at every single extremity. Chell spotted. Keen, respectful. And opts just to go for the HE approach instead. On the line, and the flash is fine. Getting the job done for SemperFi to stretch that lead out to 2 now. Needing just a few more here on the CT side to close us out of Nuke and close us out of the OCE Cup number 2, because they'll be taking home all the bacon.
Yeah, nicely done. I mean, Shady is really just delivering so much impact. I think you're well aware that you did have a player crossing early to Secret in one of the previous rounds, and he just wide swings so early there to try to catch that player on the fast timing if you had something similar coming out from Rooster. So well rewarded. Nice little 2K over on radio side from Addict. Again, smoke to front event. Wall of smokes across outside. Big commitment to these smokes here for Rooster. Keen does have a nade to blow open the smoke. Might find a nice timing to do so. That's a free pick, and he spotted out another player as well. So things just continue to get better for SemperFi. A 2-man rotation into lower as well. They've got a great read on this round.
Shots. Damn good again. Shady laying down the groundwork. And Slimy in with the trade, but Addict, they're just not expecting him in the exact same position. SemperFi, the buddy system has been phenomenal this half so far. And Addict playing mind games. Ready for the wrap back his way. One bullet will send TJP out of the round.
They've just got him pinned in. I mean, Hazard's got the top of the vent. Keen's got Secret. Addict's holding the other side. There's really just nowhere for TJP to go, unfortunately. And that's going to be an 11th for SemperFi. Really, really well navigated. Like, this was very touch and go for them at 8 apiece. And these last couple of gun rounds have just been incredible. Really earning this win on Nuke here if they're able to close it out. Has to be said. Rooster going to buy again. Down to techies. Have got a lot of util to play with, but haven't really been able to find a good read to be working with.
Slower one again out of Rooster. A couple on T-roof, looking like it might just be a later A pop. But Keen and Savage, they're going straight through the door this time. Aggressive setup. Keen slicing off pre-lobby, which will get them that first pick, and Savage going to be smoked forward. I don't think there's a chance for the T's to ever expect that. Slimy couldn't see it, that HE providing coverage, and that is just so well played from that team.
It just feels demoralizing for Rooster. I mean, you could tell they were sitting in lobby waiting for the timing to go for an uppers pop, waiting out that initial wave of util from the CT side, and unfortunately, they lose a pick to the AWP. Nice little bait play to set up Savage, and you're 3 on 5 again. Like, it feels like the majority of these nuke rounds, Rooster have just been trying to fight from a deficit, and it just continues to get worse. Keen on the line towards ramp room. Rooster trying to turn around these rounds. The way that it's been so successful for them so many times is contacting out onto lines, trying to take some duels. And it just isn't working today.
It's like everything is working for SemperFi though. You know, those cogs are turning, the neurons are firing, every little trick play that they're bringing in is just providing them so much success. And Chelios aware that there is going to be nothing in the next, so he is full save mode all the way deep into T-spawn already.
Yeah. I mean, he's having a good game for himself, but the rest of Rooster that are doing pretty well for themselves in that upper bracket game. I mean, ASAP went ballistic in that game. This hasn't been as convincing of a day for them. I feel like SemperFi has been, I mean, Overpass was a whitewash, and then here on Nuke it was touch and go, but They really have made the difference in these last few gun rounds. The last 4 or 5 rounds have not been close rounds. It's just been all fantastic reads from SemperFi. You can see the result of that on their money, 5+K on everybody, because nobody's been bloody dying. Just consistently putting themselves in 1, 2, 3-man advantages in the earlier portions of these rounds and continually mixing up their setups. It's very difficult for Rooster to read.
Is this the end? Is SemperFi going to get that sweet redemption for what happened in the upper bracket? We will find out in just a moment. Deep wall. And Rooster looking to make their way with the package down into the halls, and they're going to be able to pass safely. Untouched as well, but the setup that they've had down here has usually been pretty good. Chell, however, cutting off the vent rotation with the early door drop, I'd assume. And, oh, lovely shot out of Keen. At least able to, oh, give him the numbers. Missed chance to get another. And it's going to be mollied back, so there is space to get this plant down. But in the meanwhile, it's a faster flank activation from Slimy. ASAP going forward, and there is just pressure getting pushed everywhere. All 4 CTs looking to retake from ramp. And Rooster, they just need to buy as much of this time as possible. 2 flashes to play with. Terry, the point man, and the others looking to pivot after they find the extra info. TJ a little further away. And it's Terry. A full magazine to play with here. What can he do for us? What can he hit? It's not a lot for him, but Sap and TJ leaving it down to the bitter end. There's that tap. I don't know if there's time. They're off it. They've left it too late. And Rooster will salvage 1 out of the chaos.
Just need 3 more. Doesn't matter how they get it done. Doesn't matter if it gets messy as all hell like that round. They could just escape 3 together, get them back on that even footing heading into OT. Then there's still some potential here, but it's going to be difficult to do so. Mentioned it in the middle of the last round. SemperFi's built themselves up a really nice economy here. So if they're responsible with it, if they just save these rounds back to back to back, they should have gun rounds on gun rounds to try to close this one out. Nice little crossfire there at the end for Rooster on that lower site. Finally a round where they don't get picked in the early portions, where they get a little bit more of a cleaner entry into lower. And they find a bit more success as a result. Once again, big commitment towards outside, just the 1-4. Slimy left behind in lobby. There's the wall of smokes on the close side and towards top side of Annex. T's just tentatively waiting out any HE timings here.
JD. Oh, cracking that smoke, and will spot the beginning of the cross here and get a little bit of chip damage at range. But Rooster arguably happy getting a lot of their members straight towards Secret. And you've also got the late lurk from TJP here in Garage.
That could be huge. Slimy maybe cracking things open from door as well. Quicker rotation straight towards lower though. SemperFi respecting that. Again, it's Shady though. Just being dominant on this CT side. Being a very big force in the majority of these rounds won by SemperFi. Finds TJ on the timing, even though it's a messy spray onto Terry. He's still able to get it done and finds another 2-man advantage for SemperFi to try to close out this game with.
Oh, and that's the bomb down. Slimy gets 1 pick towards the A site, but the bomb is there in Secret. It is retrievable. Oh, ASAP is going for the gauntlet. He is going for the run, but caught in the open. Unable to fight for himself, and Shady on low health MVP for the round. SemperFi get it done. 2-0. Revenge for the other day.
Yeah, nicely done. Just as clean as Rooster win it previously, maybe even more clean on Rooster's map pick. SemperFi show that they're just as good as Rooster. They've won the majority of these head-to-heads for a reason. Most of them with their old roster, but with their new roster here, things a little bit more back and forth, but at least in this grand final, really, really nice.